according to...
It's the Mueller report. We're reading from page 107. This is about the CNI and Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions' post-speech interaction with CNI is the subtitle here. In the summer of 2016, CNI organized at least 2 dinners in Washington, D.C. for Sessions to meet with experienced foreign policy professionals. The dinners included CNI-affiliated individuals such as Richard Burt and Zalmay Khalilzad, a former U.S. ambassador to Afghanistan and Iraq, and the person who had introduced Trump before the April 27, 2016 foreign policy speech, page 108. Khalilzad also met with Sessions one-on-one separately from the dinners. At the dinners and in the meetings, the participants addressed U.S. relations with Russia, including how U.S. relations with NATO and European countries affected U.S. policy toward Russia. But the discussions were not exclusively focused on Russia. Khalilzad, for example, recalled discussing nation-building and violent extremism with Sessions. In addition, Sessions asked Saunders of CNI to draft 2 memoranda not specific to Russia, one on Hillary Clinton's foreign policy shortcomings and another on Egypt. Item D, Jared Kushner's continuing contacts with Simes. Between the April 2016 speech at the Mayflower Hotel and the presidential election, Jared Kushner had periodic contacts with Simes. Those contacts consisted of both in-person meetings and phone conversations, which concerned how to address issues relating to Russia in the campaign and how to move forward with the advisory group of foreign policy experts that Simes had proposed. Simes recalled that he, not Kushner, initiated all conversations about Russia, and that Kushner never asked him to set up back-channel conversations with Russians. According to Simes, after the Mayflower speech in late April, Simes raised the issue of Russian contacts with Kushner, advised that it would be bad optics for the campaign to develop hidden Russia contacts, and told Kushner that the campaign should not highlight Russia as an issue and should handle any contacts with the Russians with care. Kushner generally provided a similar account of his interaction with Simes. Among the Kushner-Simes meetings was one held on August 7, 2016, at Simes' request in Kushner's New York office. The meeting was to address foreign policy advice that CNI was providing and how to respond to the Clinton campaign's Russia-related attacks on candidate Trump, page 109. In advance of the meeting, Simes sent Kushner a Russia policy memo laying out what Mr. Trump may want to say about Russia. In a cover email transmitting that memo and a phone call to set up the meeting, Simes mentioned, quote, a well-documented story of highly questionable connections between Bill Clinton and the Russian government, parts of which, according to Simes, had even been discussed with the CIA and the FBI in the late 1990s and shared with the independent counsel at the end of the Clinton presidency, end quote. Kushner forwarded the email to senior Trump campaign officials Stephen Miller, Paul Manafort, and Rick Gates with the note, suggestion only. Manafort subsequently forwarded the email to his assistant and scheduled a meeting with Simes. Manafort was on the verge of leading the campaign by the time of the scheduled meeting with Simes, and Simes ended up meeting only with Kushner. During the August 17 meeting, Simes provided Kushner the Clinton-related information that he had promised. Simes told Kushner that, and then the rest of that is redacted by Bill Barr. Simes claimed that he had received this information from former CIA and Reagan White House official Fritz Ermarth, who claimed to have learned it from U.S. intelligence sources, not from Russians. Simes perceived that Kushner did not find the information to be of interest or use to the campaign because it was, in Simes' words, old news. When interviewed by the Special Prosecutor's Office, Kushner stated that he believed that there was little chance of something new being revealed about the Clintons given their long career as public officials, and that he never received from Simes information that could be operationalized for the Trump campaign. Despite Kushner's reaction, Simes believed that he provided the same information at a small group meeting of foreign policy experts that CNI organized for Sessions. Number 5, June 9th, we're now on page 110. June 9th, 2016 meeting at Trump Tower. On June 9th, 2016, senior representatives of the Trump campaign met in Trump Tower with a Russian attorney expecting to receive derogatory information about Hillary Clinton from the Russian government. The meeting was proposed to Donald Trump Jr. in an email from Robert Gladstone at the request of his then-client Emin Agalarov, the son of Russian real estate developer Aras Agalarov. Goldstone relayed to Trump Jr. that the Crown, quote, the Crown prosecutor of Russia offered to provide the Trump campaign with some official documents and information that would incriminate Hillary and her dealings with Russia as part of Russia and its government's support for Mr. Trump, end quote. Trump Jr. immediately responded, quote, if that's what you say, if it's what you say, I love it, close quote, and arranged the meeting through a series of emails and telephone calls. Trump Jr. invited campaign chairman Paul Manafort and senior advisor Jared Kushner to attend the meeting, and both attended. Members of the Trump campaign discussed the meeting before it occurred, and Michael Cohen recalled that Trump Jr. might have told candidate Trump about an upcoming meeting to receive adverse information about Clinton without linking the meeting to Russia. According to written answers submitted by President Trump, he had no recollection of learning of the meeting at the time, and the office found no documentary evidence showing that he was made aware of the meeting or its Russian connection before it occurred. The Russian attorney who spoke at the meeting, Natalia Veselnitskaya, had previously worked for the Russian government and maintained a relationship with that government throughout this period of time. She claimed that funds, it's the Mueller report, page 110.